So today, I'm going to try to go over everything you need to upgrade your wheels and tires on your vehicle that has TPMS, tire pressure monitoring system, and still retain that TPMS system. So for example, I've got a 2007 F-150 that's got TPMS. It's ready for new tires, but I don't really love the wheels that are on it. So I bought these wheels. These are actually OEM F-150 wheels as well, but they're from a 2010, so that might be a little bit different. I ended up only spending $50 on these from Facebook Marketplace. So today I'm going to prep them to get some new tires put on them by the tire shop, but first I want to make sure that the TPMS sensors are going to work with my application. That way I don't have to take them back to the tire shop and have them switch out the sensors later on. So bear with me. We're going to kind of go over a few of these TPMS sensor issues, and hopefully I can help somebody out when trying to upgrade your vehicle. New wheels. This should work with any type of wheel as long as you get the right sensor with it that will work with your vehicle. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is check the current sensors that are in these tires and wheels and see if they will work with my truck. So first I'm going to hit TPMS. This is a Ford. It's an F-150. It's going automatically to those because I've already done this. But my truck's a 2007, so I'm going to 2006 to 2008. And now what this says to do is you're going to go to the front left tire. So I can go to any one, it doesn't really matter. But first, put the tool up to the TPMS, and then we'll hit trigger. Okay, we get an error. Incorrect. See if that'll zoom. Incorrect sensor found. Check OE part number. Press any button to continue, then reread. Okay, so we're already kind of having an issue, it looks like. These sensors will likely not work for a 2007 F-150. So, just to kind of double check, I was told they came from a 2010. So we'll switch to 2010, and we'll do the same process. Okay. Yep. That time it read. So it came up with an ID number, pressure, temperature. So yep, we know these sensors that are currently in the vehicle, or in the wheels and tires, are not going to work. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is find replacement sensors that will still work with these wheels and tires, but will also work with the 2007 F-150. So, what we need to do is get to that guy there, and the sensor is going to be behind it. And the way to do that, you've got to break the bead on the tire with the bead breaker. I've got like a Harbor Freight manual tire changer. I already did it off camera. It was a bear. Okay, so we'll go over to the tire that I already got the sensor out of. You can see here this gap when the bead was broken. It's pushed down, and I was able to sneak the sensor out. This is the hole, and you can barely see in there. That's where the sensor was. So this is the TPMS sensor that came out of that wheel. I did break the rubber off a little bit getting it out, but that's okay because I'm replacing the whole thing. It is considered a snap-in style. It's just like any other regular passenger tire valve stem seal, or valve stem, I guess. And that just seals to the diameter of the wheel, which is that guy right there. That's what keeps it in. And then we've just kind of got a little sensor dangling from it. There was no other mounting points in the wheel. This was just kind of along for the ride. So now I knew I needed to get a set of TPMS sensors for a 2007 F-150 that kind of look like this. we need the rubber snap-in style with just kind of the floating sensor off that. So I hopped on Amazon and found ones that I think are going to work. Okay, so these are the replacement snap-in style TPMS sensors that are advertised to work for a 2007 F-150. I got them on Amazon. It was about $88 for all four. And now I can kind of physically check the differences. They definitely are different than the ones from the 2010, but considering all that was clearance anyways, I think it'll still work in the actual physically work in the wheel and tire setup. But now we have to double check that we can actually communicate with these with the Autel TPMS reader, and as long as we can do that, then we know these are a viable option for these wheels. We should be able to reprogram the truck to be able to look at these sensors. Okay, I've now successfully communicated with each sensor. Now we can go out to the truck and program these sensors to work with the truck, hopefully. Okay, so now we can enter diagnostic mode. And every vehicle is different, but to do that on this one, first key off, press and release the brake, on to run 3 times. Press the brake, release the brake, off to run 3 times. And you hear the horn honk, that's how we know we're in the right mode. So now we're in relearn mode. I've got these sensors kind of where they should be. And I'm gonna hit activate. We got a horn honk, that's good. Another one. Another one. Let's see, back right. And back left. No? Move it a little bit closer. Oops. There we go. Alright. So now that should be done. It should be learned. Now if we turn the key off and we get no horn honk, that means we should be all programmed. Cool. Alright, we can double check with this tool. I think we should be good to go. So now, we go to diagnostic, TPMS diagnostic. We'll check the status. We've got all green, and this compares the information that's in the tool to the vehicle, so we know that the stored ID matches the activated sensor ID. So we now know that this truck is looking at the pressure of all 4 of those sensors to determine if that little TPMS light is going to be on or off. Now, of course, it's going to be on for now because those are all going to show 0% PSI or 0 PSI. But once we get them in the other wheels and tires and installed, then we should have no more TPMS light on.